up YouTube? My name is Hyper and welcome back to another video of my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can attach text to wall like you just saw in that intro clip. So if you want to do that, stick around and make sure you don't miss anything. Now this tutorial is fairly easy and there's not really much you have to do, seeing as the computer basically does most of it for you. But it is a good thing to learn. It's a good way to spice up your montages. I'm using it in a very simple way in this clip, but if you've watched any of Milliam's montages, you'll know that he does some pretty crazy stuff with the whole text thing, so you can really experiment as much as you want with this. And yeah, so let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so for this particular method, you are going to need two things, Premiere Pro and After Effects. Now, you don't have to use Premiere Pro. You could, in theory, just use some other platform, but because Premiere Pro and After Effects are both Adobe, they just cross over really nicely. But you will need After Effects for this because of the feature, the tracking feature it has. Again, I'm sure other things do have a tracking feature. I know that Premiere Pro, I think, has one. I know that Hit Film, which I've done a video on before, has it, but it's just not quite as good as After Effects. So if you can get your hands on After Effects, then I would recommend that because it is the superior option. So once you have opened up Premiere Pro, you will just need to import your clip, and then if you want the music to go with it, and then obviously your other clips if you are doing more than one. So to import stuff, just open up your folder area, go to your recordings or wherever you have the thing saved, and just copy it into there. It'll put it in here, and then from there you can drag it onto here, but we are not actually using this clip today, so I will get rid of that. We are using this clip, so all you do is just take it, drag it on, and now you have your clip right here ready to play. Now what I like to do is I like to right click, unlink, and that'll unlink the video from the sound. Just click on the sound and delete it with the delete button or the backspace button, and that will then delete the audio because we don't really need the audio. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find the spot in the clip where I actually want. So in this case, I know it's around about here. So I'm just going to drag this like this. So this is just normal left click drag it over here, and then just zoom in on this a bit using this little bar here. You just drag it in and out to bring it closer and further away. Now we can have a look at this. So that's a little bit too late in the thing, so I'm just going to drag it out again. Okay, so it sort of starts moving here, so you want it to be around about where it starts moving. Alright. Oh, it is lagging. So if you have lag like that, just press I in the area you want the in. So you press I for in. You scroll out and you drag this across to the area you want it to go out. You press the O button for out, and this will create a little area in between here. Now what you can do is you can head up here to sequence, click on that, and press render in out. Now generally this won't lag for you. This is only lagging because I'm recording and I also have two games open in the background, so it is struggling a little bit. But for you, you shouldn't have to do this. But if you do get this sort of laggy thing, just go to the start of the clip, press I, go to the end of the clip, press O, come up to here, sequence, render in out, and then you will have this perfectly smooth with zero lag little preview of basically what it's going to look like. If you are on a weaker PC, you may have to do this a lot every time you change stuff. It is a bit annoying, but you know the outcome is definitely worth it. Alright, so now that we have our clip cut up to the size that we want, what we're going to do now is right click, and you'll see up here it says replace with After Effects composition. Now the reason why I said at the beginning of this video why you're going to want After Effects and Premiere Pro is because of this feature here where you can easily link and interchange between the two. It's really helpful, and so that's why I do pick After Effects, A, because of its superior tracking technology, I guess you could say, and then also its ability to easily interchange with Premiere Pro, but you don't have to use it. I just prefer it. Anyway, enough blabbering on. So we're going to press this, and what this is going to do is open up After Effects and basically take this clip and put it into After Effects for us, and I'll be back once we're in After Effects. Alright, so what'll happen is After Effects will open up like this, and you're just going to want to title it something, so I'm just going to call it Clip 20, because I have a lot of clips already. So just title it whatever you want, it literally doesn't matter. Press save, and now as you can see, we have this in here, and this is the clip from before, but it is just in here. And so it's the same cinematic, just in After Effects. So what we're going to do here is click on this, come up to this panel here, where it says all of these things, and just go down to where it says tracker here. Click on that, and then you're going to press track camera, and it will start saying analyzing in background, step 1 of 2. And if you want a little preview of how far in it is, you can just look up here. I mean, right now it says initializing, but after it says that, it'll tell you how many frames out of however many frames there are have been tracked, and it'll give you a little percentage. So we'll just wait for this to start. And as you can see there, it is now telling us the frames out of how many frames, and it is telling us the percentage. So basically, while this is going, I'll quickly explain to you what it's doing. So on this little clip, or in this little clip, there are obviously walls and edges and flat surfaces, and what this is doing is it is going to each corner and each flat surface and finding places to basically track. So as this goes along here, if I just move this along, basically what it's going to be doing is it's going to be sort of tracking all of these points as they go, and then that's going to give us a flat surface for us to be able to track on. And to attach our text and or images if you want to, but I'm not really focusing on attaching images and things like that in this video, just simple text. You can also get the Saber plugin and make your text look fancier and animated. If you do want to see a tutorial on that, I could do that. Just let me know in the comments if you would like to see something like that. But they have been done on YouTube before. But yeah, so I could do that. But for this tutorial, we're just going to keep it nice and simple and just do it with simple text. But I will be back once this is done rendering. Alright, so it is all done tracking, and as you can see, we have a bunch of little points all over the place. And if I slowly move, you'll notice that they all stay in the same spot, and these are used to basically track points. So what we're going to do is come over to the area where we want to track, which is right about here. And we are just going to put a target down where we want our text. Now, there are two ways of doing this. You can just hover around until you find a place you're happy with, and it'll pick in between 3 things. Or you can hold down left click and actually draw a sort of lasso thing around the points that you would like it to be tracked around, and it will put a target in the middle of them. But personally, I don't really like this, so I won't be using it. I will just be doing it this way. And so I will pick here, I left click, right click, and click create text. Now what this is going to do is create a text that will then stay there when we play the clip. So I will change this to it's hyper. Whoops. I will shrink it down a little bit and put it in that spot right here. Just move it along. And now it is there. So if we go to the beginning of my clip, you won't see it. And as we play it, it's going to be attached to the wall. So it's really simple. And basically once you get this down, you can basically attach it to anything. You could attach it to the floor, you could attach it to the side of the truck over there, anywhere you really want. Flatter surfaces will track better, but you're not limited to just that, but I would recommend just doing that. So we have that, and now if we want to add more text, we just click on our clip, click on the track camera, and it'll show us the points again. Pick a point like we did before, right click, create text, come up here to the text tool, just click on that, or you can use the shortcut for it. You delete it, and then type whatever you want, so I'll just do presents. Then just shrink it down to the size you want, like that, and position the 2 things. So I'll put this one maybe up here and bring this down, and now we have a nice little hyper presents there. Drag this to the beginning, and both of them will be perfectly tracked against the wall. Now we're going to do the other side. So as we come around, we're going to want to see text on this wall as well. So to do that, we're literally just going to do the same thing, but there are a few little things we're going to have to tweak with these ones as well, but I will get to that. So just coming around to over here, you're going to notice two things. One, you can still see the text on the other side, which is something we will fix. And now we also have this flat wall that we can attach text to. So just come down here, press on the clip, go to the track camera, and now, once again, just put a target right in the middle. I'll pick, I guess, this point here. And then right click, create text, and I will just call this montage. You can type really whatever you want on any of these. Montage. I will shrink it down a little bit to the size I want, position it right in the middle, and now we have it on this side and it will be tracked as it goes around. Now, what we need to do is fix up this here, and we also need to fix where we can see this one in the beginning. So this is really, really simple to do. All we need to do is figure out where we stop seeing this and where we start seeing this. So basically, if we come around here, and it's a bit pixely, but don't worry, you'll notice that we sort of stop seeing the text here right about, I'd say one more, right about there. You wouldn't really be able to see it. So all we're going to do is find the two ones here, so this one and this one. We're just going to come here and we're going to drag it to that little point that we marked. It doesn't need to be perfect, just close enough, like that. And this will then disappear after that point. So it'll be, visible here, but as it goes around the corner and would come out of view, we just basically have it deleted. Now what we need to do is trim this to the point where it only shows when we can start seeing it. So we need to find where that spot is. So basically do the reverse so we can see it right about here. So I'm just going to drag the montage text from the left side now up to here, so it will not appear until we get round to the other side. And now you'll see right here we have a nice little, so we have the little intersection or the segue here where we can see both, and then after we get past here we only see this, and before we get to that point we only see this, and there's none of that going through the wall stuff. So I'll take it to the beginning, and you will see that we have a perfectly tracked text to the wall. It's hyperpresents, comes around, and right as that goes out of view, we have montage, and yeah, so that's basically all we need to do, and we can cut it right there, I guess, or we'll go cut it right here, drag this down here, and then just press O here, or drag the work area to here. And now we have the clip that we want. So it goes from here, once again, shows the text, comes around the corner, shows this text. Now that we have that, all we need to do is basically close and save this. And this will all be automatically done by Premiere Pro and Adobe. Close this, press save, and you'll notice now that the clip that we have in Premiere Pro is no longer this first clip. It is, as you can see, it's titled Untitled Link Composition, and that means that it is now linked to that previous Adobe file. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to delete that Adobe file that we just made, that Adobe clip, because it will delete it in here. So just keep that in mind. But now, as you can see, we're in Premiere Pro, but we now have this tracked. Now again, you might have to come here, press sequence, in, out, and render it. So I'll be back once this is done rendering. Alright, so we are all done rendering it, and it is pretty much done from here. All I would do now is just add music, and then you would obviously add your other clips or whatever. But this is pretty much it. The reason why I do this in Premiere Pro and then After Effects is because I don't really like editing in After Effects. I only really use After Effects for things that I can't do in Premiere Pro, such as some of the effects or the easy tracking in After Effects. I recommend you do the same, but you don't have to. If you want to edit the whole thing in After Effects, you can. But I just like to split it up, and especially if you're able to get both Premiere Pro and After Effects, I get that it's a bit expensive, but if you are able to do that, it is definitely a lot better. Yeah, I also have no idea why I said definitely like that 3 times. It was a little bit weird, but let's move on. So, with all that being said, let's add some music to this, and I'll be back when it's all finished and ready to show you guys. Alright, so I am done adding all the other effects. I mean, I didn't really add much. It was just a fade in and out for both the sound and the clip. Nothing too special. I'm sure you guys can do that on your own. But now let's have a look and see what it looks like. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me. I do hope this video helped you. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to go down and leave a like on the video, and please consider subscribing. It's completely free and you can always change your mind later. I upload Fortnite, CSGO content, Valorant content, 1 or 2 videos per week. It's a little bit up and down right now with coronavirus, and but you know, we should be back to at least 2 videos a week when this whole thing blows over, maybe even 3 videos a week, maybe even daily by then, who knows. But please consider subscribing, consider watching some of my other videos if you are interested. I do have another video on how to edit montages like Flea and Milliam, so if you are interested in that, go check that out. Once again, it'll be in the top right hand corner of your screen now. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace out.